Hi. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Hey, everyone. Y'all come on in. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Y'all come on in. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Y'all know how to go put me a shirt on. You know I gotta be decent up in here. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. Hi, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. Hey, fam. How are y'all doing? Good morning. I sure do love you guys. Come on in the room. Y'all know what I was listening to this morning? Y'all ever wake up and just got like a song on your spirit? You ever just wake up, have a song in your spirit? So I was listening to, y'all know that song, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more than anything. Man, I woke up this morning. Some days you just got to wake up. You got to give it to the Lord and you got to move on about your business. And today, get up and praise your way out. You hear me? Whatever you're walking through today, just praise your way out of it. It's a season, not a sentence. You know, yesterday when we were on live, I was reminded of God gave me a beautiful revelation. And it was that when you find yourself in a place that although you may feel like you can't make it through, God is saying, I knew you were going to be here and I have given you all the wherewithal to get through it. Remember that? You say, man, I can't do it. I'm scared. This job is too big for me. This family crisis is too big for me. This breakup is too much to handle. And all of a sudden you're over here crying a river and devastated. And man, God is saying, I got you. You know what I've discovered? Yesterday I was doing podcast all day long. I had recordings for a December podcast. And me and Mimi, I brought walking into the holiday seasons, and there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of you're meeting family members, you're going, home, and maybe you're an adult and you don't see your family much, and all of a sudden you're going back into these spaces, and the enemy will wear you out, making you feel like that I can't do this. And so whatever you walked in with today, whatever you came into prayer with today, I want you to realize that God has literally gone before you and made the crooked way straight. That's what he says in the word. And so listen, I'm telling you something. It is glorious. It is a glorious day. Did you see me on Daystar? I was on Daystar this morning. Y'all can always go to the app, the Daystar app, and watch my interview. It aired this morning at 7 a.m. And so y'all can go to the Daystar app and watch the replay. It was really good. It was really good. It was a good interview. This divorce has been too much. I am drained and emotionally tired. Let me just tell you something. Divorce is so hard. A breakup is hard, right? Hey, sweet Keena, I'm adding you as my moderator. Breakup is hard. Starting over is hard, right? Having to find a new normal again after you had all your eggs in a basket is hard. Empty nesting is hard, right? It's hard. When something is hard, that means you are willing to go to another level. The problem is a lot of us stop in the hard. We stop in the hard. I was telling y'all the other day that it's so sad how we get in positions where we will allow, especially when you're in a broken season and God is trying to heal you, right? Whether it's starting something new or whatever. And the enemy will make you all of a sudden feel discombobulated. And so you begin to make decisions off of other people's desires of you. You make decisions, right? Whether it's being a widow or especially if you've been a widow, especially if you've been married for a really long time and you've always been in a relationship. My mom and daddy were married for 52 years and she never was by herself. And then all of a sudden she had to start all over again. And it would have been really easy for her to lean on me and my brother. But Mimi had to find her new normal and she's killing it. So in this new place, and a lot of you are on here this morning just talking about how life is hard right now. And I'm going to tell you, life is as hard as you give it power. When you realize that you may not like where you are, but you've got the power to press in. How do you press in? You turn on worship music, right? Turn on worship music. Turn on a good preaching. Go turn on one of my podcasts. Go to realtalkhim.com on YouTube and listen to the new podcast that's dropping today. I mean, just start getting stuff in your spirit. You got to suppress all the negative. So if there's a whole bunch of negative going on in your life, you have to go reach out and find something that is going to press all that negative out. You cannot sit in your emotions and think. Yo, I'm telling you something. Emotions will wear your butt out. You cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. You cannot allow yourself today to, stress out over something that you didn't see coming. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Make some decisions. Y'all, we're in the fourth quarter. Y'all know we're in November, right? We're in November. And November, we have, all of you've gotten verbs with November. Like November, where we're saying no to some things. All of y'all are putting something with that Vember. And last month we did Droptober, which meant, man, we had some of y'all lost 15 pounds. We had 20 pounds. My RTK inner circle is killing it. And it's like you've got to, since we're in the last quarter, you got to start hanging on to some people, some things, right, in your life, which means November could even be, I'm not allowing myself to walk into December the same way that I am, right? I don't like the way I feel. I don't like that I cried every night. I don't want to walk around. I don't want somebody in my life that doesn't understand me. I don't want people in my life that are going to drain me, not push me to breakthroughs, but breakdowns, right? Y'all got to start making some of these decisions, because here's what will happen. If you aren't careful, you will go through your entire life wasting your life on situations that cannot go with you to the next level. And so no negative thoughts, no disrespect, no depression, right? November, right? Drop timber. You just need to add in there what you are deciding that you're going to do. You know, my mom and daddy used to always tell me to make sure that you are prophesying over your day. When you wake up in the morning, make sure that you are laying before. I did this morning. I woke up and all of a sudden something hit me. I got up, walked into the living room, and I started grabbing back my peace. You cannot give your peace away today. Y'all hear me? Get up, go to the gym, do what you got to do, and let God work out the pieces. You be available. You have to be available. The only person that you can change is you. Y'all hear me? The only person that you can change is you. And so you work on you. You do what pleases God with you. All right? So y'all come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to morning prayer. I am Real Talk Kim. Welcome Instagram. Welcome Facebook. Welcome Facebook. Welcome YouTube. As y'all are coming in, share this with your followers. Go put this on your news feeds. Text a friend and say we're all from all over the world. We are on prayer call this morning. We are on a word. We're getting a word from Real Talk Kim this morning. All right. So y'all, one thing that I've discovered is that you have to dare to rise. Thank y'all for the badges. Thank you, sweet Sandy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. I love you, RTK Inner Circle. Y'all, if you're not in my RTK Inner Circle, go to realtalkkim.com and get in my inner circle today. Go ahead and get in my inner circle. Spend the last 2 months with me. Right? We are working right now on the new masterclass that's about to be released. We're going to be talking about how to discern, how to get out of your feelings and into healing, how to recover, how to stay recovered, right? And get up. Y'all, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He's going to do it every day of your life with anybody that he can get through to get to you. Remember that. Laugh. Today, I'm challenging you to laugh a lot. I'm challenging you not to get in your feelings. Don't get in a slump. Don't allow yourself to walk around feeling sorry for yourself. Today, get up and be life to everyone you meet today. Happiness is a choice, and it's your choice today, okay? And so you need to get in my RTK Inner Circle. It is my mentorship program, and it's $20 a day. The reason it's $20 a day is because if you don't invest in yourself, you will not show up to nothing. And I built this group to build community. And in fact, all of you that are in my RTK Inner Circle, make sure that you're getting your retreat tickets for January the 11th through the 13th. 11th through the 13th at, it's going to be right here at Limitless. All right, it's going to be right here at Limitless. And it will be 1653. I'm also at my church this Sunday, 1653 Highway 85 South, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30215. This is where the retreat will be, and this is also where I am every Sunday preaching. I have the privilege of pastoring Limitless Church, and so make sure that you get here. Also, for all of you that are in my RTK Inner Circle, I know we got a lot of newbies. Y'all listen, if it's a month, yes, $20 a month. If you are in my RTK Inner Circle, I said a day. I'm in a month. $20 a month. Can we pay up for the whole month? We can, absolutely you can. It's $20 a month. It's January the 11th through the 13th is the retreat. It's a month. Y'all know I start talking and I get excited. I get so excited. I just get excited and I forget, and then all of a sudden I start seeing all y'all correct me. And I'm like, I was butterfly chasing. Also, listen, I will be in Delaware Friday night. Then Saturday, I will be at the Pursuit Conference with Judy Jacobs in the morning, 11 o'clock. And make sure that you are going to realtalkkim.com and getting your information so you can show up at these events and come love on me. So for all of you on Instagram, y'all just go to the link in my bio. Go to the link in my bio or go to realtalkkim.com. Laugh my butt off. I'm so excited and nervous. Y'all do know that for all of you that are in my RTK Inner Circle, you also get devotions every day. Like I send y'all devotions every single day. And so you get those devotions by going to innercircle.realtalkkim.com. The same way you signed up, put your email in and your password, and you'll get the devotions. Hold on one second, y'all. It's the craziest thing, y'all. Since we had the time change, it's like the sun is barreling into my condo early in the morning. The sun is so in my eyes. I'm like looking through, trying to get the sun out of my eyes. I fixed that. I just closed some drapes. Okay, y'all ready? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not coming to Toronto anytime soon, y'all, but I travel a lot. You would be shocked. Every single time I come on here, y'all like, man, I wish I knew. I wish I knew that you were going to be in my area. This is why you got to go to realtalkkim.com and look at my itinerary. Also, if you just go to your Google Play Store, your Apple Store, and download the Real Talk Kim Go app. The Real Talk Kim Go app. Good morning, Kelton. Good morning, good morning. Somebody said, what a great problem. I know it. I love the sun. I got a house that has lots of windows because I love the sun. I love bright. You know what? I spent a lot of my years like kind of just bleh. And now I'm not going to let anything steal my peace or joy. If I start feeling heavy or overwhelmed, it's not going to stay in my life very long because I'm not going to walk around not happy. And that's what you need to do. And y'all, we're in the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. You cannot take some things into 2024. Stop ignoring what you're feeling. Stop ignoring it. Start dealing with it, right? And get up and move out of your own way. Y'all, we're going to go to Luke 15:18. Luke 15:18. Good morning, everyone. I see y'all coming in. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Thank y'all for joining me today. So thankful. I will be in Delaware. Hey, Tanya. I'll be in Delaware on Friday night. And then I will be in Cleveland, Tennessee at Pursuit Conference with Judy Jacobs. How fun is that? And then Sunday, I'll be at my church preaching 10 and 11:30, 1653 Highway 85 South, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30215. Y'all, get in my RTK Inner Circle. Go to realtalkkim.com and be a part of my inner circle. Is this outfit for sale on your site? Yes, this is in my store, rtkstyle.com. These are my clothes. I just dropped RTK Home Collection as well. I'm getting y'all ready for Christmas. Y'all can shop at Real Talk at RTK Style. That's my store. And buy every single person's stuff in your family. I got men clothes. I got candles, blankets. I got glasses. I got all kinds of these cute shirts. I got a lot of stuff going on. And you need to go to rtkstyle.com. Y'all, and y'all know I just dropped a new book. I just dropped my brand new book. You gotta get up. You gotta get up, and you gotta say it like that. You gotta get up, right? So go get my book. This is anywhere books are sold. This is also on Amazon. It'll come right to your door, okay? Yes, you can be in my master classes without the RTK Inner Circle, yeah. The RTK Inner Circle is just my community, but you can do all my stuff without being in the RTK Inner Circle. It's a completely separate thing. All right, y'all, here we go. Luke 15, y'all go ahead and share it on your news feed. We're getting into the word now. Luke 15:18 says, I will arise and go to my Father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. Luke 15:18. It says, I will arise. Y'all, this is going to be a good teaching this morning. It says, I will arise and go to my Father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned. I have sinned against heaven and before you. In this text, I feel like we need to talk about this because all of us feel like screw ups every time, ever so often, right? All of us feel like we've done a doozy. All of us have been in that place where we're like, man, if I would have done something different, I wouldn't be here. In this text, we see the prodigal son. And the prodigal son had taken all of his father's inheritance. You know, a lot of us have gotten out of the will of God. We've moved before God. We've moved when we didn't pray. We didn't ask God if this is your will. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a situation, okay? We find ourselves in a situation. We're devastated. I remember, y'all, even in my marriage to my son's father, I was so mad at God. We had been married for 18 years and I'm back at my mom and dad's and I'm feeling defeated. And my kids are devastated. My marriage is over. 18 years. I was like 18 years down the drain. And I'm mad at God. And I'm like, God, you ain't gonna heal my marriage. And I remember, y'all, it was just like this still small voice inside of me. It was like closure. It was like I knew that it was closure. You know when you just know something's over? It's just different. It's not a normal fight. It's like a closure fight, right? You know in your spirit something ain't right, and you're just like, man, it's over. Like this time it's over. And I remember I was at my mom and dad's house, and I've lost everything, and I'm devastated, and I'm just, man, just so defeated and so embarrassed. And I'm laying in my bed, and I'm like, God, I'm like, why aren't you healing? Why aren't you fixing this marriage? You're for marriage, you're for covenant. And I remember at that moment, something so heavy hit me and was like, you never ever turned this relationship over to me. You never one time asked me if this was your spouse. You never one time asked me. You only invite me in, Kim, when everything's going bad. And man, y'all, that hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like at that moment, I knew it was closed. I knew that I had to stop crying for restoration, begging God for restoration, and I had to start changing me, right? And so in this text today, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the prodigal son. He got ahead of God. He went against what everybody told him to do. He took his father's inheritance. He wasted it all because he got out of the will of God. Because he wanted it now. He didn't want to wait until the time was right. He was tired of waiting. He was tired of being under his parents' supervision. And he just sat there and he was like, I don't got to put up with this. I'm going to get out of this house. I'm going to take all my inheritance and I'm going to waste it. He wasted it on wild living. When he was finally destitute, he lost everything. Because listen to me, y'all, God ain't going to bless no messy. That's what y'all need to understand. You cannot be messy and anointed. God ain't gonna bless it. He ain't gonna make it work. When you get out of the will of God, you will see no fruit in that situation. You just know it. People ask me all the time, how do you know if it's God? How do you know if you're in the will of God? There's doggone peace. Even if you're facing a heaviness or spiritual warfare, you still see movement. You still see God in it. You still have this crazy amount of peace in the middle of the fight. And so he's over here, he's destitute, he's feeding hogs. He made a decision that day when he took that inheritance that changed the course of his life. Now, I want you to think about a decision, because I can think about a decision in my life that literally changed the course of my life. And some of y'all are in a decision right now, and some things are falling apart in your life. And it is God saying, you have done doozies in your life for so long. Now I'm about to help you out this time so you don't go down the wrong road again. You've got to remember that when things aren't working out, it's probably not God. Because when God is in something, there is movement, there is healing, there is peace. There is peace. Y'all hear me? Peace. And when there ain't no peace, it ain't God. All right? This dude didn't have no peace. He found himself in a season that he got ahead of God, and it changed the course of his life. And what he was saying was, yes, I brought this trouble on myself. When you can get to a place where you're not in self-denial and you can say, man, my decision got me into this place. I brought myself this trouble. I did this. But I'm not going to sit around condemned. This is what I'm saying to you today. You might have messed up. You might have gotten ahead of God. You might have married the wrong person. You might have spent all your 401k and all your money investing in a business that you didn't feel peace about, but you still did it. You might have let your nasty attitude, your bratty attitude get in the way and mess up some really great relationships. You might be a mother that for all your kids' lives, you just screamed at them and you were just angry because you found yourself in a place of no peace. You cannot live in the place of condemnation. This guy basically said, I am not going to live I'm not going to live condemned. I made a decision that messed up my life. I had some actions that messed me up. It messed up this phenomenal life I had. But I refuse, even though I brought this trouble on myself, I refuse to sit around condemned. Basically, what he was saying was, I'm going to arise and I'm going to go back to my father's house. He's saying, I'm going to have to suck up my pride. I'm going to have to stop being a brat. I'm going to have to stop getting ahead of God. I'm going to have to stop being mad at God because he didn't fix the red flags that he kept showing me. He gave you red flags. Y'all, God never gives you, he never, ever is quiet on you when you are in a life-altering decision. He's always given you red flags, or he's always putting something in your spirit that's making you quiet. He's making you have some dreams to remind you that this is not where you're supposed to be. You cannot allow yourself, even though you have made some decisions in your life, maybe with pride. Maybe now you're so angry at yourself that you're beating up everybody in your life because of pride, because you're mad at yourself. You got to do what this boy did. He said, my choices got me here, but I refuse to allow myself to walk around and sit in condemnation. I'm gonna arise. Some of y'all need to arise today, and you need to go back to your Father's house. You may have made poor choices. Perhaps you're not where you thought you would be in life. The accusing voices are telling you, you've blown it. You've blown it way too bad. You'll never reach your dreams. No, y'all, listen to me. You are one decision away. You are one decision away. You are one decision away from seeing God show out in your life. You listen, the plan that he has for you was not canceled just because you took a detour. Is that not the greatest thought? Isn't that the greatest feeling right now that I'm telling you? That the plan for your life is not canceled because you took a detour? Just because you made a decision that took you through the hog pen? That addiction took you through the hog pen? That relationship took you through the hog pen? That attitude took you through the hog pen? Just because you made a decision that took you through the hog pen, those decisions did not disqualify you from his favor. All you have to do today is arise, shake off the guilt, and go back to the Father. You got to shake it off. You got to stop marinating. You got to stop trying to figure out what you did wrong. You know what you did. Now just get up and go another direction. Go back to the where. You know, we talked about Jonah. We talk about Jonah all the time on here, and how Jonah praised God in the belly of that whale. He didn't get his full miracle, which was he wouldn't have got eaten by the whale. But he did get eaten by the whale, because the same way God showed this prodigal son, this ain't where you're supposed to be. He did the same thing with Jonah, but he didn't take his hands off. He just said, I'm going to send away. I'm going to put you in a pig pen. I'm going to make you see how bad your life is so you will get back. I'm going to let you hit rock bottom to help you find out who the rock is at the bottom. But that does not mean your life is over. You can turn back and go to the Father. You got to start making decisions that honor God. You got to break away from things that are causing you to compromise. God has amazing things in your future if you arise. And today, that's the message. You are not over because you made some decisions that put you in the hog pen. Yeah, maybe you did every single thing they said you did, but your life is not over. I prophesy over you today that you are going to see clear. You're going to walk in clarity. You're not going to walk in distraction. You are not going to allow your feelings to rule you. You are not going to allow yourself to be devastated, so much so, y'all listen to me, that you can't see a way out. You got today to literally say, God, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm not going to allow my stinky attitude. I'm not going to let somebody else's stinky attitude cause me to stay in the wilderness when you've given me the capability to go back to the Father. Today, I don't know what you're staring at. I don't know if you're walking around now in a place of numbness. Maybe you have seen a catastrophic chain of events take place in your life. Maybe things were so wonderful in your world, and then all of a sudden they just collapsed. And now all of a sudden you're saying, oh my God, what just happened to me? And maybe it's that God saved you. You cannot walk around saying, God, help me, and you not help yourself. You got to get up. Proverbs 4:23, it says to guard your heart because out of it flows the issues of life. That scripture is not saying guard your heart from people. Guard your heart and block everybody. It is saying guard your heart from bitterness, from anger, from rejection, from fear, from controlling issues. Some of y'all so controlling. Every time I start feeling myself wanting to relapse into a place of protection mode, I'll get down on my knees and begin to tell God, God, don't let my feelings make permanent decision on temporary emotions. Let me stay focused. Y'all, you got too much to lose to do them like they're doing you. So just because you made some decisions, and we're about to pray, just because you made some decisions that put you in a hog pen, does not mean that you are stuck there. Some of y'all need to repent today. Some of y'all need to ask for forgiveness today. Some of y'all need to forgive that person that will never say they're sorry because they are too prideful. You got to forgive them. Start with the ones that ain't sorry. Start with forgiving the people that ain't sorry. You hear me? Get your strength back. Start looking in that mirror every day, and instead of seeing yourself as a victim, see yourself victorious. You've already mulled over this long enough. You've already thought about it way too long. You've already been rejected. You've already been rejected. Now get up. You hear me? It's so hard. But when you get up and start moving, you'll start seeing yourself where you can start seeing clear. Some of y'all just in the fight right now. And when you're in the fight, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why you still got to move. And don't let your emotions mess you up, y'all. At 51 years old, I'm like, man, I am not letting my emotions wreck my peace. I ain't doing it. And you need to just forgive and move on. Do you. Some of y'all done forgot how to do you. You done forgot how to do you. You done forgot that God is your peace. You've been in your flesh fighting. Now you've letting all that junk get inside your spirit, and you started making somebody else your God when they ain't your God. God is your God. And I'm going to tell you something else. You listen to me. If that job was supposed to be yours, you would still have it. If that relationship was supposed to be yours, that you would still have it. If that money was supposed to be yours, you would still have it. If that car was supposed to be yours, you would still have it. So start thanking God that He's trusting you. Get up out of your bed of defeat. Watch your feelings. You know what? If you don't feel like you got anything to be thankful for today, start with the mere fact you woke up. Your house might be falling down all around you. You might be having to start over. I don't care. Your kid might be in jail right now. Your kid could be out on the streets, strung out on drugs. But God said, I am not allowing you to stay in the pig pen and the hog pen just because you made some bad decisions. I will turn these decisions around, and I will turn it and make your mess a message. You are a prodigal, but you're coming back, and I'm going to give you a place right back where you left. That's the kind of God you are. That's the kind of God you serve. So yeah, you may have made some poor choices, and perhaps you are not where you thought you would be in life. The accusing voices are telling you you've blown it too badly. You'll never reach your dreams, but you're one decision away from seeing God show out in your life. And the plan he has for you was not canceled because you took a detour through the hog pen. Those decisions didn't disqualify you from his favor. All you have to do is arise, shake off the guilt, and go back to your Father. Start making decisions that honor God. Break away from things that are causing you to compromise and stealing your peace. God has amazing things from your future if you will arise. So today, everybody open your hands like this. We ain't playing. We ain't playing today. I ain't stuck. I ain't stuck because I ain't a tree. You ain't stuck because you ain't a tree. Lay hands on your head. Come on, lay hands on your head. Everybody lay hands on your head. Come on, lay hands on your head. Even if you're at your desk, lay hands on your head and say, Father, let every thought that is in my mind be of you. Let it be God thoughts. And Lord, I pray today that any self will be demolished. I will not allow myself to ruin my day because I am in my feelings instead of healing. So today, God, you go before me. You make the crooked way straight. You let me see the good in everything. You let me see the hog pen decisions of my life were there because you trusted me with it. So I'm breaking depression. You know why some of y'all depressed? Because you keep thinking about things from your past. Y'all keep thinking about that affair. You keep thinking about that dad that molested you. You keep thinking about they didn't love me like I wanted them to. They didn't love me like I loved them. Instead of saying, God, I know that you trusted me in this season. I know it hurt in this season, but you trusted me. You trusted me here. You trusted me here. Y'all, you gotta get yourself up out of condemnation and arise and walk into the purity of the God who got off of that throne and onto that cross and stretched his arms out wide and said, Kim, I knew you were gonna mess up, but I knew you were gonna finally get it together at 41. I knew you were gonna walk through a divorce, but I'm gonna bring somebody in your life when you finally get it together, and you're gonna see what it's like to live in hell, and you're gonna see what it's like to live in heaven. This is what God's saying to you today. Your decisions might have wasted everything. You might have ruined a lot because of your decisions, because you got in your flesh. But God is saying today, he knows your name. He knows your name. He knows your name. And you know what else? He's so doggone proud of you. And so say, Father, I release everything today that has crippled me. Self, I refuse to stop marinating on what's not right in my life. I refuse to focus on what they did to me. Instead, I'll focus on what I learned. I refuse to allow myself to ruin something good because I'm in my feelings. Come on. Today, Lord, I give you permission to heal me from the inside out in Jesus' name. Amen. Come on. I cancel every plot, every plan, every scheme the enemy has devised against you or your family members. I prophesy over you right now that you are coming out, that you are more than a conqueror. I pray over your peace today. I pray over you today that you are free and free indeed, that God is going to open doors that no man can shut in your life, that you are going to be a testament of just how good God is. You're going to go down in history as the comeback kid. Don't you dare allow the enemy to keep punking you. Today, you get up. We all make bad choices. Do you hear me? Anybody that acts like they better than everybody else, get away from them. Get away from them. Anybody that acts like they so good and they so powerful and you're so lucky to have me, get away from them. Because you know what? Ain't nobody perfect. And there ain't nobody that can judge you but God. So today, shake off defeat, shake off anger, and get up. Get up. In Jesus' name, you are the comeback kid. This is November. This is November. I'm not letting my emotions rule me. I know what God, y'all, there's somebody on here right now. The Lord just dropped this in my spirit. There's somebody on here that has been fighting. You've made a decision. and you know that God told you to do this, but everybody around you is questioning it. And I just heard the Lord say, you already know what I told you to do. I did not call a conference call. When I called you, stay focused. Y'all, because listen to me, I literally now in my life, I'm 51 years old. I have gotten to where I do not let anybody in my ear because, y'all, it is this quick that somebody will tell you, I don't think that's God. And it will steal your peace about a decision that you know God told you to do. And God just spoke to me and said, tell them, I already told you what to do. I did not call a conference call. So that other person that's telling you are there's multiple people that are literally saying, are you sure? I don't know. They're always dropping questions in your head about a decision you are making. And I just heard the Lord say, it's delaying your destiny because you're listening to people that I did not give the command to. You hear me? So God said, do what I've told you to do, even if it doesn't make sense. You know what I told you to do. I feel like it's connected to a relationship, and I feel like it's connected to a relationship, and then I also feel like somebody's making a big move in business, and it just doesn't make no sense. And so people are really questioning you. Are you sure about this? In fact, it's like you're overwhelmed. It seems like no one is for the decisions that you're making. And I just hear the Lord saying, I did not call a conference call. I need you to keep doing what I told you to do and shut out the noise. Shut out the noise. Shut out the noise. The enemy cannot take you out, so he's trying to wear you out. And he does it through people that especially if you need validation from people, you want so bad for everybody to see it, and it's not going to happen. The enemy doesn't want you to do what you're supposed to do. How can you become a millionaire or a billionaire if you keep listening to people warning you? You won't even make no moves because you are scared to death because nobody in your family's ever done it. And here you are taking all of these leaps of faith, and all of these people that ain't got the faith you got. They ain't never made $1 million. They've only made barely enough to get by their whole life. How are they ever going to even understand? You cannot let somebody that has never been where you are give you insight and direction. They cannot be your GPS. God has to be your GPS. So do what God's called you to do now, November. Stop waiting for all the pieces to fall into place. Faith is not faith unless faith is all you got. Period. Why do you need faith when you got everything? All right? That was a word. God dropped that thing in my spirit so fast this morning. And so I'm praying for all of you. I'm covering you. Get in my inner circle. Go to RTK Inner Circle. Go to realtalkkim.com. That is my website. Get your butt in my inner circle so I can hold you accountable, push you to break through and not break down. Go to realtalkkim.com. Y'all, I'm all over every social media platform is Real Talk Kim. Realtalkkim.com is my website. That's where you can get my clothes, all these clothes. That's where for Christmas. You can also join my RTK Inner Circle. You can also find out my itinerary. I'm headed to Delaware Friday night to preach, and then I'm going to be in Cleveland, Tennessee at the Pursuit Conference with Pastor Judy Jakes at 11 o'clock. Then I'll be back at my church preaching Sunday, 1653 Highway 85 South, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30215, 10 and 11:30. Y'all, thank y'all so much for sharing this. Thank y'all for all of you that bought me badges, gave me stars, subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you that are partnering with my ministry. I love you. I'm praying for you. I believe in you. Your best is yet to come, but I felt a breaking today. I felt today was for some of you, and it literally just ripped you out of that hog pen and it's taking you to breakthrough. It ain't over. It ain't over. It's just beginning. Wrap your arms around yourself right now. Come on, wrap your arms around yourself. Come, wrap your arms around yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself. Squeeze yourself as tight as you can and say, self, I am so proud of you. Tell yourself, self, I am so proud of you. Because y'all, you killing it. You may not be where you want to be, but you sure ain't where you used to be. All right, I love y'all. See y'all in the morning at 8 a.m. right here. Love you guys. Bye. Love y'all.